Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at some gameplay here with XL Xerneas and also the XL version of the Zacian here in the Open Master League. I really wanted to take a look at this Pokemon anyway. I'm still grinding my XL candy for the Xerneas, but very nice that we're going to be able to take a look at this Pokemon now here as well. We're going to see a team with Giratina in the lead and two fairy types in the back. Which definitely does make a lot of sense, because Giratina doesn't really like to face other dragon types and also not really dark types. And both of those Pokemon will be pretty easily able to get beaten by the Pokemon in the back. Interesting to note here is as well that they are not running the close combat here on the Zacian, but rather decided to run the Wild Charge and the Play Rough, which is, I guess, maybe a little bit better as a safe swap, because people don't really expect this combination. But this team looks very solid on paper as well. I think this is one of the best team builds that you can run with this Pokemon as well. Especially you want to have the Zacian at the same team if you run the Xerneas, because both of them have the same typing, both of them have a pretty, pretty similar playstyle. The Xerneas, of course, will not be able to get to the move as fast there, but the Zacian will be a little bit faster because it's Quick Attack instead of Tackle. But we will see them going into the Xerneas here instead, because you can go for close combat and you will be able to nearly knock out this Dialga here from full health, and you will be able to farm down with one shield, which is actually really good. Like, being able to destroy this Dialga here is a very nice for you, especially as we see now the Landorus coming back in. I don't think they want to get hit by this Moonblast here, but they want to get hit by this Moonblast here, which is really good for you. Tackle gonna do a little bit more damage, I think, than the Quick Attack, just because it's a one-turn move. So it's going to be interesting how this is going to play out, and we see a Zekrom coming in here, which is amazing for the Zacian. The Zacian can just farm up extra, can let the first move go through, which most likely going to be a Wild Charge, as this is the only move that's going to hit it. And we will see that they go actually for the bait here with their own Wild Charge, and now going to be able to go for the Play Rough, and hopefully finish up this match up with the Giratina in the back. But they're actually going to let this move go through, which means that they're going to be able to win this here pretty easily. Interesting how many hard-hitting moves hit in this game, as we see Landorus here in the lead. Landorus is pretty neutral against the Giratina. Landorus is one of my favorite Pokemon for the Master League. It's definitely one of the coolest to run, as this thing basically has no great answer other than maybe Kyogre, and even then you are going to be able to check it offensively, as you're going to be able now to still going to get a shield here, most likely. Stone Edge coming through, and you will be able to farm down, as we see a Dialga coming in. You have some energy stored, you can go into your Safe Swap, which is going to be the Zacian here, and you will be able to threaten a shield with the Play Rough. Else you can still take one Iron Head, I'm pretty sure here. You're going to let this move go through exactly, and you will be able to take this move. And you're still going to be able to get to another Wild Charge as the opponent swaps out. I think this was an Yveltal? No, it's actually the Zacian. I just saw the Snarl animation, as Zacian usually doesn't really want Snarl anymore nowadays. You go back into your Giratina, you can go for a Shinoball. I might have went for the Omnius Wind, because I think a shield is likely, exactly. But it is fine. You will see that they're going to go ahead and go for a Play Rough here, knock them out, and you can try to farm them all the way down now with the Xerneas, as Xerneas has Tackle, and Tackle does some actually decent damage here. We will see them going for one Play Rough. They will not be able to reach another Play Rough here, and you can farm them all the way down. And against the Dialga, you can go for a double close combat, and you will be able to knock that thing out as well. And Xerneas going to be able to sweep endgame here. Looks like a lot of fun, actually. I kind of really want to build the same team as well. I'm going to have to invest into more Master League Pokemon as well to showcase them on my channel. I have a lot of XL candy, but I don't really have the Stardust for it, so yeah, I rather run something for Great League than for Master League, but I think I'm going to invest in some as well. I have even a Hundo Zacian which I can build, and hopefully soon also a Hundo version of the Xerneas, because it looks really good. Let's see what the opponent going to do here. We have a Garchomp against it. You're going to be able to go for some Moonblast damage here, and we will see them that they're going to shield up. And they're actually going to be able to win this match up here as well, I think, unless they want to shield. They want to shield the Outrage, which is interesting, and you can go for one close combat still. You want a double shield, okay? I'm not sure if this is really what you want to do. It's an Earth Power, no. I don't know why they went for the Outrage, by the way, prior. Earth Power needs less energy, and Earth Power would be neutral, but interesting decision there. You're not going to be able to realign, sadly. They're going to be able to get to another outrage and knock you out. But you can go into your Zacian and maybe farm them all the way down with Quick Attack. Here's where Quick Attack is better than Snarl, by the way. Snarl generates a little bit more energy than Quick Attack, but Quick Attack does just more damage, which allows you to farm down a lot of opponents, which is very nice. You're sadly going to see the Melmetal coming back in. You don't have the close combat here, which I feel like hurts you more than it helps you, to be honest, as you're not going to be able to do anything here. We see a Hydreigon coming in, which is basically a hard wall towards this Giratina. And I'm pretty sure you're going to lose this matchup. I don't think there is a way for you to still win this. You're still going to get to the next move here, which is nice. But they might just be able to farm you all the way down. But do they throw? They have to... Nah, they don't throw. And you're going to get Flash Cannon here most likely, which is kind of funny to see. So let's just see this Zacian going down here by this Hydreigon. Very interesting. Hydreigon is a cool pick right now as well. We see the opponent having a Dialga in the lead. You swap out immediately into the Zacian. You will be able to meet this Mewtwo now. I think even though the Snarl was super effective, I think Quick Attack is still going to do more damage here, as this thing is already pretty low. You can go for one play rough. You will be able to get a shield here from them. You can just go straight for a wild charge as well, which is going to threaten a shield again, but we will see what they're going to do. They're going to let this move go through. And I'm pretty sure you're going to let this move go through as well. They have a lot of energy. They're actually going to shield it. Do you double shield here? You're going to double shield to try to align the Dialga. I don't really agree with this play. I think having shields for the Xerneas would have been better than having now basically the Dialga matched up against it, because you now don't have the shield advantage anymore. You will be able to survive one Iron Head, and we see some lag here in the gameplay. I hope it is fine here. We will see the Iron Head coming through. You will be able to survive it, but it's a little bit tricky. They're going to not swap out here, and they're trying to go for another Iron Head. You will be able to reach the close combat faster than the Iron Head, and you will be able to knock out the Dialga, which is very nice. And let's see what they have in the bag. It's going to be a Kyogre. You should be able to win this. I actually don't think you win this. I actually think they get to the Blizzard in time, unless they're on Thunder, which would be very good for you here, but let's see what they're going to run. Most likely Blizzard, and it's a Surf. So I guess they run actually a Thunder, and you will be able to win this match now. With a Blizzard, we definitely would have had a worse time, but Surf is something that you can easily survive. To actually go for the BM move and farming them all the way down, definitely the way to go here. Very interesting. Next opponent, we see a Landorus here. Landorus is okay for you in the lead again. Should be pretty fine. You will see that you can go for one Shadow Ball now against the incoming Dialga. Are you going to go into your Xerneas again? Yeah, Xerneas comes in here. I don't really know that you needed to throw the Shadow Ball there, to be honest. I don't think that really helped you. I think you should have not thrown it, because it would have allowed you to still like win this matchup with one close combat. I mean, you still have to throw one close combat anyway, and either they're going to shield you or not, and like you would have KO'd them also without the pre-damage. So I think throwing the Shadow Ball there was not the ideal scenario, but it is fine. We see the Moonblast coming in. We're gonna get a shield here. And Xerneas always basically gets a shield, which is cool. Like, both of your moves are so hard hitting, and also the damage that you already did with a Tackle prior is very, very nice. So, like, definitely a cool Pokemon to have right now. Definitely something I would grind if I would be a big raider. As we see an Yveltal coming in. Pretty sure Yveltal currently runs Hurricane just to counter those fairy types. Let's see if that's also going to be a Hurricane version. It's going for Dark Pulse, so I guess they are not running this time around. The Focus Blast, what they're going to usually run now, I guess, is kinda outdated, to be honest, because you're going to be able to also beat most of the Steel types just by going straight Dark Pulse. But if you go ahead and go for the Hurricane, you will be able to have at least something to hit the fairy types, while otherwise you get hardwalled by them. And there are so many fairy types in this meta that it's basically necessary to have the Hurricane right now, but you will be able to win this game thanks to this Shadow Ball from your Giratina against the Landorus. You still have a shield left, so pretty easy game there. We see the next opponent having a Dialga in the lead. You swap out immediately into your Zacian, and you will see another Zacian. Both of them having the fast move of Quick Attack, which is fine. As we see the play ref coming through, you will be able to take one. You're going to go straight for the Wild Charge now, which is going to do a decent amount of damage, but they're going to shield up. They're going to be able to definitely win this matchup in the 2-shield scenario now, because they can farm you down. You're going to let this move go through, which I definitely agree with, and you see the close comment coming in, so you know the moveset. of this Pokemon. You actually might want to go into your Xerneas, but you go into your Giratina. They will be able to get to another play rough though, which is a little bit tricky. If you went into your Xerneas, you might have been able to get some, I don't know, close combat damage on something, especially as you need it here anyway. Definitely think that swapping to Xerneas might have been the better play, but not sure. We see the Landorus coming in here, and now it's a little bit tricky, but actually I think you're kind of fine. You can go for the charge move here, and even the Giratina with a shield advantage would be able to win against the Alga. So I'm pretty sure you just let this move go through. Exactly, going to be the Stonish, so they don't have a move to go for anyway now. And you will be able to knock out this Landorus while still having a shield advantage against the incoming Dialga, and 2 Shadow Balls should be enough to knock them out. And I'm pretty sure you get there before they get to 2 Iron Heads, so I think you're fine here. And I think you can just go for another Shadow Ball. And, oh, you go for the Omnius. Is this enough? I'm not sure if this is enough, let's see. It actually is barely enough, so good game there. Maybe you wouldn't even have got to the Shadow Ball there, so very nice recognition there. Very well played, as we see our horrible lead with the Palkia and an okay side swap with the Landorus. Like, Landorus is kind of neutral scenario here again. You will do a ton of damage with Play Rough, you're going to get the shield here already from them, and they will do a ton of damage with their Stone Edge, which is coming in right now. So let's see how this matchup going to go. Either of them kind of have to let go with some shields here. We see the Stone Edge coming in again. I think you will be able to actually win this matchup, just because the Play Rough will do enough damage to knock them out, and I think you can just shield it up once and you will be able to realign. But you're going to let this move go through. We're going to be the superpower now, and you could go into, okay, you go into your Giratina. You could have also went into your Xerneas and tried to farm it down, but Giratina might have a little bit less of a value here, so I think it's fine. You're going to be able to get some nice damage on it, and of course the superpower doesn't do damage against the Ghost. You should have went for one more fast move if you want to go for a charge move here anyway, because you would get this for free. As we see the Melmetal coming in, and Melmetal will not like what it sees here. And we also know now that this is not a Flash Cannon version of the Melmetal, it's just the Rock Slide version, and you will be able to just tank another move here. You're actually going to shield up. I wouldn't have done this, to be honest, because you kind of would easily survive it anyway, and I don't know, you kind of would need it anyway there, so I'm not sure. I wouldn't have done it, but we will see that they go back into the Palkia. They go straight for a charge move, which is going to be the Aqua Tail, which will knock you out now, and you will need to go for one Shadow Ball, which you're going to reach, and you will be able to win the game, so good game there. A little bit of things that I will play a little bit differently, but very well played there. Next opponent, we're going to see the Giratina against Giratina matchup. Very nice for you, as you're going to be able to go for the Shadow Ball straight, actually interesting. We see some lag here, we see the Shadow Ball coming in here, and we see another Shadow Ball coming in against the opponent. Let's see what they want to do here. They going to also shield it up, I guess, and it was just a little bit bugged. We see the Snarl version of the Zacian here, and you will be able to now go into your own Zacian, which will do a ton of damage with just the fast move. Actually, I think that the Shadow Ball hit the opponent, which did a ton of damage, and you didn't see it yet. So you can go for one Wild Charge here, get the shield from the opponent most likely, and you might want... I don't think you want to shield this. I think you just let this move go through. You go into your Xerneas now, or your Giratina. Both of them are fine, actually. Go back into the Giratina, and you will be able to not farm them down. Is this a Play Rough? It is a Play Rough, so it's all on the Xerneas now. Let's see what they have in the back. Going to be a Steel type. Going to be a Melmetal. We know already that you have to be a little bit careful about this Pokemon here. You're going to let the first move go through. It's going to be the Rock Slide. They don't have Flash Cannon. You have to let one move go through first. And you're going to go for the bait here, which I think is a right play. You go for the Moonblast, but they're sadly not shielding it up. You have to let this move go through as well, and I'm pretty sure you're going to lose this now. I mean, it's fine that you don't shield this, because it doesn't really matter. You're going to get to another Rock Slide anyway. And I wonder if they're going to swap out... Oh, okay, now you lose this match. If you were able to farm it all the way down, but I don't think you would have been able to do it anyway. No, never mind. It would have been fine, but it would have done just 1 damage per turn, so... No chance there, as we see the final game here with the Kyogre coming in. You have Wild Charge here, it's really nice to have Wild Charge, but you're going to bait first with the Play Rough. I see that, because you wouldn't have KO'd him anyway with 1 Wild Charge. Actually, the Wild Charge is kind of unnecessary again. Like, there is nothing that really changes with a Wild Charge. I'm not sure. I guess you run it for Ho-Oh potentially, because Ho-Oh doesn't like your lead. and Ho-Oh is a good answer for Zacian nowadays, so maybe you run for Ho-Oh. I guess it does make more sense, to be honest, yeah. I think that's why I also would agree that a Wild Charge would be the better choice, yeah. It just hits the answers that Giratina would hit better, so definitely has some play here. We see the opponent with Ancient Power now, which got boosted, which has, I think, more play in the Master League compared to the Ultra League. You have like Ho-Oh, you have like, I don't know, Lugia as well. I guess it has some more play there. Rock typing. But you will see that we will easily survive it here. But they actually got the boost, which is a little bit annoying, as we see that they go for one Ancient Power again, and you're going to have to try to catch the move. They're going to get rid of their boost, and you will be able to go for one Shadow Ball now. But this is very tough. I don't think you're going to have a good chance here to win the final game. You're going to shield this move up. Guess it's the only play. It's going to be an Iron Head, and I don't think there's a way you can win this anymore. You don't even get to the final move, and this is going to be a good game. So, thanks all for watching. I think you actually might have been able to win this if you got to the move, but it's fine. Thanks for sending in those battles, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!